Are we green?
The thing about fame is, it always comes at a cost. Privacy, security, and sometimes, even yourself.
If y'all like me doing these series, just keep commenting, like, and subscribe on the video. Let me know. Hold on.
My mother, her name was Grace. I do believe that you are who you are because of the family that you're born into. And she'd come from Kentucky. My family's from Kentucky. She had been in a relationship with her husband, my grandfather.
An abusive
relationship. And ended up moving to New York. My mother ended up longing for her father and went back to Kentucky, took this trip back to meet him. And she ended up meeting my father, who I suppose was like her biological father.
The abuse continued with your mom. She married an abusive man and had to leave as well.
Looking back, hindsight is always 20/20.
I was from the streets of Brownsville, Brooklyn, crime-infested, drug-infested, alcoholic mother, pimp father. Yes, the worst that our people can give this world.
Michael Gerard Tyson was born in Fort Greene to Lorna Mae and Purcell Tyson, a Jamaican cab driver, who abandoned the family around the time he was born. The man Mike did know as his father was Jimmy Kirkpatrick.
All I wanted was a zero minimum manufacturer, and then I found Tap Stitch.
Hell no.
A neighborhood baseball standout, and a pimp.
I was abused anyway a human being can be abused as a kid.
I knew fear for my mother and father not being respected, for my father being arrested a lot, and I knew what it was like to be bullied by people, and I know what it was like to be afraid by the neighborhood tough guys.
I saw guys on the corner, just like everybody. I saw them on the corner, and I realized on the corner, nobody with those guys. You know, so I wanted to be a street guy.
Damn, man, what took you so long?
Somebody had taught me how to rob houses. So I would rob houses and stuff, and with the money, I would go buy pigeons.
My first fight, this guy took one of my pigeons, and I said, please, give my bird back. He's an older guy. I must have been 9, he must have been 15. And I said, give my bird back, you fat. So he clipped my bird's head off, and he hit me with a bird. Some other guy that used to bully me, he said, yo, man, fight him back. And I fought back. I never fought nobody before. I fought back, and you know what? I can fight real good.
And after that, I fought every day.
Robin Givens always knew she was meant to be somebody. At just 15, she enrolled at Sarah Lawrence College, a prodigy with a 3.8 GPA, a few modeling gigs under her belt, and a small appearance in The Wiz the year before.
Loving acting, but it was still very much a hobby.
She kept acting during college, landing small roles in soap operas between classes. She loved doing it, but her mother wanted her to be a doctor instead.
Don't be a dragon.
Ruth Givens, now Ruth Roper, had left Robin's father years earlier. In the years that followed, she built a new life for her daughters, turning a job at Electronic Data Systems into her own successful consulting firm. They lived in Westchester, went to school with the children of Malcolm X. They were beautiful. They were ambitious. Ruth had given them everything she never had, and expected nothing less than greatness in return.
It means everything to me.
But her father's absence still lingered.
I could almost feel the coldness of the window against my cheek still, and just wanting him to come and wanting him to be there and trusting his words that he was going to be there.
One night, looking for a break, she tagged along with friends to a comedy club. That's where she met a young guy named Eddie. Yeah, that Eddie.
Hello, I'm Eddie Murphy.
We kind of grew up together, right? You know, he had just gotten Saturday Night Live. I was at Sarah Lawrence my freshman year.
After playfully teasing her for arriving late to the show, Eddie met her backstage and gave her his number. Robin fell fast, but the relationship ended just as quickly. It turned out he was more focused on taking over the comedy world than building anything serious.
Thank you. Shut up.
Robin graduated from Sarah Lawrence, but her time there wasn't exactly embraced by everyone.
You've been enemies with actress Holly Robinson ever since you knew each other in college. In college, you once had a physical fight and had to be pulled apart from her.
Another one of her former classmates told Sports Illustrated that at Robin's graduation, her other classmates booed her. She was accepted into Harvard Graduate School to complete her medical prerequisites, just like her mother had hoped. But soon after she got in, the phone rang. The same year Robin got the call, Mike was lacing up for his first professional fight. By age 13, he had already been arrested more than 38 times. His rap sheet landed him at the Tryon School for Boys, a juvenile detention center the New Yorker once described as a penal colony for kids. It was there that Tyson's raw talent was first spotted.
12 or 11, I was locked up in a juvenile detention, and I be watching the movie The Greatest, and it was cool. And as soon as the lights came on, Muhammad Ali came in. And as soon as he came in, everybody lost. I mean, the staff, the guards, the police, everybody lost. And I said, I want to be like him. And from there, I go upstate New York. There's a guy that used to be a professional boxer named Bobby Stewart. Mr. Stewart taught me how to box, and eventually he said, I want to introduce you. So he took me upstairs, I met Customato. This is all in a couple of months since I've seen Ali. And now I'm training to be a boxer.
After training for a few months, Bobby introduced Mike to Customato, who took him under his wing and invited him to join his Catskill Boxing Club. They trained and trained and trained, and Cuss adopted Mike at the age of 16 after his mother passed away. They won the Junior Olympics, the Golden Gloves, and all that success led to this.
Hi, Denise. Hey, Suzanne.
The call was from casting at The Cosby Show, and Robin landed the role almost immediately. Her mother wasn't exactly thrilled. She'd always imagined Robin becoming a doctor, not an actress.
I was running back and forth to Boston, and Mr. Cosby said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, my mother wants a doctor, and I'm good." And he said, "You're a great actress. You should really be an actress."
He was so taken with Robin's presence on set that he invited her and her mother to dinner at his brownstone. There, he made a bold offer. Let her go to Los Angeles for 6 months, he said. If she doesn't get a job, I'll pay for medical school myself. A few weeks later, Robin and her mother packed their bags and moved to LA, into Cosby's second home, and not long after that, she booked her next gig.
You know just what to say when a girl's ready to take a walk.
Then another,
Willis.
and another. Before her 6-month trial period was up, she auditioned for a new show on ABC called Head of the Class.
Now, of course, that is just a simple overview.
And it seemed like her luck just wouldn't run out.
I'll be right back, y'all. Hold up. My fault, y'all. I'm back.
So we're back in Albany. We're back for opponent number 3. 23rd of May, 1985.
Mike was a winner. Cuss had trained him that way.
He's a 19-year-old heavyweight who's had 14 fights, won all 14 of them by knockout, 10 of those scored in the first round.
At age 13, Tyson left detention centers for good when he found Customato, who later became his legal guardian.
I often say to him, I owe you a lot. He doesn't know what I mean. I'm going to tell him now what I mean. If he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive. The fact that he is here and doing what he's doing, and doing as well as he's doing, and improving as he has, gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive. Because I believe that a person dies when they no longer want to live. But I have a reason with Mike here. And he gives me the motivation. I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success.
8 months into Tyson's pro career, Customato died of pneumonia.
I can remember being at Customato's funeral. I was a pallbearer there. I was very proud to be a pallbearer for him. And I was just 19 years old. I didn't know what to do with my life. There was news cameras there, there were reporters there. And I was just saying, I don't have my friend no more.
But by 1986, Mike was undefeated.
The main event of the night. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Championship of the World.
Berbick was older, bigger, and supposedly smarter. But none of that mattered. And in 2 rounds, it was over.
And youngest and new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Tyson.
The world took notice. So did Hollywood. So did everyone. And somewhere in all that noise, he saw a girl on TV.
Mr. Samuels, it's my parents.
Oh, your parents won't let you go?
No, it's just that they'll go with me.
Supposedly had been with Michael Jordan.
Robin Givens sent her resume to ProServe, your management firm, seeking to date
Michael Jordan.
Supposedly been with Eddie Murphy, and Tyson was running in those circles.
Mike was infatuated, and he called her management, trying to get in touch.
Hello, is Robin Givens there?
That management was her mother. At this point, she had dropped her computer consulting job to become the quintessential stage parent and, according to Mike's autobiography, on the prowl for a celebrity for Robin. She let the calls go unanswered. For weeks, Tyson was too much like the men she'd spent her life trying to protect Robin from. But eventually, Ruth gave in and told Robin the young champ was trying to get in touch with her.
It was sort of my first rebellious act. I mean, I'd been such a good girl.
Their first date was at Le Dome restaurant in LA. Robin didn't go alone. Her sister Stephanie and her mother came along. And according to Mike, her publicist was there too. Mike was more than an hour late, but just as the frustration started to boil over, he walked in.
I grew up without my dad,
Okay.
so I didn't really get to know what it was like to have a man love you and protect you.
When everyone finished dinner, Mike and Robin went off alone, wandering into something neither of them could predict.
There's such a lovable side to him. It's really so soft and gentle and, you know, sort of like a bear.
While Mike was in Los Angeles, the two were inseparable. One morning, just before Robin was set to leave for Vail to host an MTV special, Mike showed up with a surprise, a puppy. After the trip, they headed to the Catskills, where Mike introduced Robin to his boxing family. And surely, the two fell in love, fast.
Being one of the most eligible bachelors in the country, but you have one main woman right now.
Oh, yeah. I remember him grabbing me and saying, "You're gonna be my woman, and I'm gonna love you like no one's loved you," you know, that kind of thing.
The 80s were a turning point. Black culture wasn't just a subculture, it had become pop culture. Michael had thriller, Eddie ran comedy, Jordan was on the edge of greatness, and Mike Tyson was the heavyweight champion of the world. He was a star amongst stars. Everyone wanted a piece of him. But Robin's mother wasn't budging. According to Robin's memoir, she didn't like him at all.
I used to watch Phil Donahue when I grew up on Phil Donahue, you know? And you watch those shows and you think of women that have been hit. You go, oh my God, that would never happen to me. What's wrong with this woman?
After their Catskills trip, life pulled them apart. Mike was training. Robin was back in New York auditioning.
Robin Givens trying to let the public know that she's an actress.
But he called constantly, sometimes every 15 minutes. And when in town, they were inseparable. Clubs, dinners, the spotlight. Her mother was fed up. One night, Robin came home to find her bags packed by the door. Mike was with her and told her to leave with him. According to her memoir, he forced her into the car as she screamed. When they arrived at his penthouse, she refused to get out. So he carried her up. Then came the first punch.
You know?
Was it an abusive relationship?
Oh, definitely. My mother was a complex woman that had very, a lot of men issue. You know, you'll see her and a guy fighting. The next thing you know, guy buys her presents and they're friends again. And that's been my life for the women I've been with. We have conflicts, we fight, you buy them a gift, and now we're friends again.
Robin claims she got a diamond necklace and a red leather skirt suit as an apology gift after he first got physical with her. He also promised he'd never hit her again.
Now, I'm a great manipulator. You have to understand, in order to be the greatest fighter in the world, you have to be the greatest liar in the world.
Boxing's a brutal sport. Fighters are trained to be killers,
Y'all
monsters,
heard what this nigga just
beasts.
said? He said, in order to be the greatest fighter in the world, you gotta be the greatest liar. I don't even know how that correlates, but okay. I mean, shit, it's Mike Tyson. I digress. Like, what the... Lying and fighting, like, what? You gotta lie to yourself while you just...
Mike was trained for it. When the world praised him for his brutality in the ring, when they called him an animal, a machine, a destroyer, they were also feeding the darker parts of him, parts that didn't know how to separate control from chaos, or power from pain, or love from fear.
People fall in love. People argue, people make love, that's just how life is. We're very normal and very much in love.
In 1987, Mike was charged with assault and battery after allegedly demanding a kiss from a female parking attendant. When her co-worker intervened, Mike hit him. Jim Jacobs, Tyson's mentor, stepped in to handle the legal fallout. Not long after the story hit the LA Times, Mike proposed.
Mike, they bill this game as having the 24 greatest athletes. I think that list ought to be expanded to include 25.
The night of the 1988 NBA All-Star Game, his driver took them to a church, and they were married on the spot.
Hey, champ, let's get the lead out.
Yes, dear.
History has said that athletes get ripped off. I just don't want it to happen to Michael.
Everyone wanted a piece of Mike. Promoters, trainers, business partners, each fighting to control a piece of his over $50 million empire. He was an orphan, after all. No family to center him, no boundaries. Now that someone was legally bound to him, some in his inner circle saw her as a threat.
I knew we were in trouble.
Robin claimed Mike didn't want her to work. He told her he could take care of her. She was his wife now. But while Mike was in Japan training for his record-breaking fight against Tony Tubbs, she got a call. She'd been cast in The Women of Brewster Place. After learning she had taken the job, Robin says Mike was violent again. Furious, she had gone against his wishes.
They're just choking me, vomiting and kicking me, things like that. I went from being completely numb to completely embarrassed. I remember thinking, wow, he must really love me.
The Tubbs fight was the next day and had a $10 million purse.
Robin, inquiring minds want to know, how does a woman who went to Sarah Lawrence and Harvard Medical School wind up falling in love with a guy who's a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks?
God, I want to know too. There's something, we have a lot in common, traditional families, and we just sort of love each other. We sort of love at first sight. It was hard at the beginning, but we got through it and we ended up married.
Well, he always used to say to me, don't worry, I'm a professional, I know how to hit you.
Mike won in less than 3 minutes. 2 days later, Jim Jacobs passed away. He had been sick for years and hid it from Mike.
Jim was the protector in that world. A lot of people knew that Michael didn't have a relationship with Bill, so he was pretty much up for grabs. It was like open season. Who's gonna get him?
Mike was devastated. Robin alleged after Jim's death, people like Bill Caton and others saw the opening and tried to wedge themselves deeper into Mike's life and finances.
Is Tyson's business manager, Bill Caton, trying to break the bond of matrimony in order to strengthen his bond with the multi-million-dollar fighter?
On the flight back to the States, Robin remembers Mike looking at her and saying, "Promise me you won't let anyone hurt me or take advantage of me." She promised. But others tell a different story.
We're flying home from Japan. I think it was a 13-hour flight. And Robin Gibbons gets up and announces to Bill Caton that I'm Mrs. Tyson now, and everything's got to go through me. So right then, that was the first sign that they were looking to take Tyson over.
While Mike attended Jim Jacobs' funeral in LA, he says Robin went to Merrill Lynch in New York and attempted to withdraw $5 million in cash to buy a New Jersey mansion Ruth had picked out. Robin called Mike from the office, and despite a warning from the bank executive that he couldn't afford spending that much liquid cash, Mike approved the withdrawal.
And they start spending his money.
Robin's mother had allegedly softened up to him by this point, for one reason or another.
Family, it just changed you completely. You know what I mean? I used to always have a girlfriend. I don't even want to look at another woman.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target. You can drop prices automatically. I can show you how, but I can't do it for you. People are saving real money doing this. $160 million in the last year. Across thousands of different retailers, you'll immediately see this. See what I mean? You'll see better prices you had no idea existed. And you don't even have to ask. They just show up automatically. Download this free tool that'll give you access to the deals. Just click, click. Done. That's it. Simple. It takes all of 10 seconds, and there's no need to enter any personal information. There's no technical mumbo.
Shortly after they moved into the New Jersey estate, Robin began filming for her new role. But Mike had grown increasingly possessive. He didn't want her working, didn't want her out of his sight, but he was still seeing other women.
It wasn't easy for Robin to live with me either. You know what I mean? I'm a dirty dog.
One night at dinner, Robin slipped her hand into Mike's pocket, trying to grab his wallet.
I found a condom. That was a terrible feeling.
Robin snapped. Ruth tried to calm her down. By this time in the relationship, she seemed to always be around. Robin jumped into Mike's $180,000 Bentley, with him, her mother and sister following behind her, and rammed it into a parked car.
Damn.
Someone was inside. Mike offered the man $20,000 on the spot, and when the police arrived, Mike told them they could keep the car.
Well, Caton hasn't called. He's called the house a number of times. He suggested to Michael that I should back off. I could tell you that a person very close to us, he offered him money, $50,000, to help us get a divorce. He said he'd stop at nothing less than our getting a divorce. This is like something out of Dynasty.
After Jacob's death, Caton made Mike sign a contract giving him full management control over him. Robin said Caton told her directly he would destroy her and remove her influence from Mike's life.
If Michael has $50 million and he's supposed to have $70 million, there's a problem.
Her and her mother demanded to see Tyson's financial records, but they couldn't make sense of them. Then Don King came knocking.
Promoter Don King.
Don King.
Don King is the greatest promoter in the history of the world.
Only in America!
Robin and Ruth brought him in to help understand the numbers. Ruth also went to Donald Trump for consulting services.
I happen to know Robin Givens Tyson, and I just want to leave you with this. I've seen a lot of different things. She is one hell of a fine lady.
This would lead to Mike filing a civil suit against Bill Caton, claiming he would have never signed a contract with Caton had he known Jim Jacobs was dying.
I'd fight when and where and whoever they fed.
Around this same time, news reports started to circulate about Robin and her mother's interest into Tyson's finances, painting them as out for his money.
The tone is that suggests that you and your mother are opportunists and that you are meddling too much in Mike's career. Right.
That was all King needed to wedge himself into the center of Tyson's boxing world.
Mike Tyson, double your money.
2 weeks before Tyson's most lucrative fight to date against Michael Spinks, which grossed over $70 million, Robin lost their baby. They had found out she was pregnant shortly before they got married. Robin didn't tell him she was pregnant. Jim Jacobs had told him, claiming he found out from her mother.
Ruth Roper gets on the phone to Jimmy Jacobs and Bill Caton and says, your fighter has made my daughter pregnant. I want him to marry her.
Mike would later claim he believes she was never pregnant, and it was all a plot to get him to marry her. Robin insists he was in the room when the doctor broke the news about the miscarriage. And in the midst of all this, Wallace Matthews breaks a story.
Robin Givens comes to me with the story that Mike Tyson's beating her up.
In the article, Robin's sister detailed the Tysons' troubled relationship. Robin neither confirmed or denied the allegations publicly at that time, but Matthews says it was curated by her side of the family.
I was just young, she was young, we were crazy at the time. Two crazy people in love, you know, too much passion sometimes.
Professional fight. And he's down again.
Mike beat Spinks in 91 seconds. In the post-fight press conference, he took aim at the press, defending his family from what he called vicious attacks.
Building up to this fight, you tried to embarrass me, you tried to embarrass my family, you tried to disgrace us, and as far as I know, this might be my last fight.
The pressure, the money, the cracks were widening.
Michael and I have been asked to present the award for outstanding costume design.
Why?
6 days before this, Mike got into a street fight with former opponent and boxer Mitch Green outside Dapper Dan's in Harlem.
He hit me.
His behavior was becoming more erratic.
Tyson denies he was attempting suicide last Sunday when he drove his car into a tree in the Catskills.
Give the guy a break, okay? Give him.
On September 4th, 1988, Mike purposefully drove Robin's BMW into a tree. He later claimed he didn't truly want to die. He just wanted attention.
Who got Mike to go to the psychiatrist?
Michael is a manic depressive. He is. I mean, that's just a fact.
Why do you think this is that nobody saw it before? The Customato didn't see it, the Bill Caton didn't see it.
Because I think he did very well in the ring. I think he did exceptionally well in the ring.
Dr. Henry McCurtis was brought in. He prescribed Mike medication and diagnosed him as manic depressive. Robin said she and her mother recommended him because Mike needed help. Mike now believes it was a setup to have him committed and take over his finances. He would later go to another doctor who refuted that he was a manic depressive and had a version of CTE called Boxer's Syndrome.
It was Hollywood and a heavyweight champion come to Red Square, like Tyson staying close to his actress wife, Robin Givens.
During a shoot for Head of the Class in Moscow, Robin, her mother, assistant, and Mike all traveled together. The trip was mostly uneventful until the final night.
For Tyson, it was a chance to leave behind the screaming headlines.
After an evening spent with American troops, Mike returned to the hotel drunk. According to Robin, That night, he assaulted her, then ran into the hotel lobby, sobbing, growling, completely unraveling.
I thought somebody was going to die.
What if you can create your own website by saying, "This is what I want"? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want, bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials, like a contact section or a place to subscribe. Now, I'm running a sale, so I punch in some details, and just like that, I have a promo section. Functional and beautiful. I love it. Now, for the AI text creator. I got some products that need description, so I type in some keywords, and there it is. I've got copy that lands. Now, let's see what the AI image creator can do. Sometimes you just want to spice up your visual game. Type your idea and watch it turn into a high-quality image in seconds. You can have some real fun with this. If you need to tweak something, just brush it over, write what you want, and there it is. I may not be an artist, but that's art. If you're ready to build something you love, head to Wix.
My bad, y'all.
Me, him. And we flew back. And then the next day I did Barbara Walters.
But outside the ring, is he on the ropes? There's turmoil that could end his career. Barbara Walters, in a series of exclusive interviews, has the story.
Back in the States, Barbara Walters was scheduled to interview Mike about the headlines surrounding his life. Robin says her mother begged them to cancel. They didn't.
And what happened was, Hugh, that after we did the interview with Mike that you saw earlier, Robin came to us and said, "You're not getting the story straight." Does he hit you?
He shakes, he pushes, he swings.
She's gone through a lot of pain.
And just recently, I've become afraid. I mean, very, very much afraid.
Could you believe she was saying what she was saying?
No. I truly wanted to sock her.
The media had a field day, and the country had a choice. Believe the charming young champion, or the woman next to him, softly describing the worst moments of her life. Most didn't believe her, or care.
Because he's just a boxer from Brooklyn, and of course,
Yo.
I was a Harvard medical student.
Shortly after the interview
people on
aired,
Twitch.
reports surfaced
Yeah, I
that
know.
Mike flew into a
I'm
rage
looking
at
at
their
the
New
chat
Jersey
right now.
home. For Robin, that was the last straw.
But you see what I mean though? Like we gotta keep the
You can't be wasting
entertainment up.
time. We got 4
This
people
episode
in
in the
here.
adventures of Robin and Mike, an affair of the heart which may
We've
amuse
been
the
having
public, but
3
it's
viewers
certainly
like
no
the whole
laughing
time,
matter
so
for
it's
the
like a good
She
good
hired
thing.
famed
But I'm
attorney
probably
Marvin
watching the video
Mitchelson
right
to
now.
file for divorce. The damage was done, and there was no prenup.
Oh, free at last, thank God Almighty, it's free at last.
With Don King by his side, Mike had Robin's name pulled from every account, just in time to block a $582,000 check made out to Robin Givens Productions. Tyson versus Tyson had begun.
Lucky for me, it was vanilla.
Robin met Brad Pitt on the set of Head of the Class. The two began seeing each other, despite her divorce from Tyson still in progress.
My divorce lawyer. I'm going to his office, but before I go there, I'm going to go to a little rum session with my ex-wife, right? I go to this car, I see a car coming up. It's her car. How do I know it's her car? Because I'm the smart that bought it. I see this little grayish white silhouette in the passenger seat. So I'm thinking it's one of her white girlfriends from that whack show Head of the Class. So as she gets closer, you never know who it is. It's Brad the shit Pitt, right?
Robin filed a $125 million libel suit against him for publicly accusing her of stealing money and lying about the abuse. Mike countered that she forged checks and tried to keep his Lamborghini by blocking the garage with cement bricks. Love can make you do some crazy
I think that, a lot has happened to me in the last 8 months. I got married, I got pregnant, I lost a baby, I'm losing someone very close to me now.
Mike.
Yes, and I'm a fighter. I mean, that's my nature, thank you. That's my instinct to fight, but I can't fight by myself.
I will not seek nor accept any money for myself. I never married Michael for money, therefore this represents no loss for me, Other than the loss of losing my husband and the effect this whole situation has had on both our lives, I wish him well.
The divorce was finalized on Valentine's Day, 1989. He was 22 years old, and she was 24.
I believe she's a gold digger, as they've said all along.
It's still said today that the first person to beat Mike Tyson was Robin Givens.
Robin withdrew her lawsuit and says she got next to nothing in the aftermath of the divorce.
You didn't get that much money out of it.
I got like zip.
But she would get something else. In the 1989 Tyson biography, Fire and Fear, Mike was quoted saying that punching Robin was, quote, "the best punch I've ever thrown in my entire life." The first confirmation of her claims that he did put his hands on her.
I would like to see more films dealing with strong black female characters, such as the one we have in Rage in Harlem that Robin Givens portrays.
I want people to know Robin Givens as an actress, so you kind of have to have some peace and hope that the world responds the way you would like them to.
Hey, you.
I was more comfortable working with Robin than any actress that I've ever worked with. And I think it's because we've been friends. I've known Robin since we were teenagers.
Yo, Brody. Robin continued working throughout the 90s.
You know your streams have
starring
been
in
saving
films
on
like
Kick?
the classic Boomerang alongside her
You
friend.
said what?
Your streams have been saving on Kick, so that means like you could like download them off from Kick. You know how like you save them from Twitch when you don't record? Yeah, you could do that on Kick.
Word. Oh yeah, that's good because I want people to see like. I want people to see that, like, you know what I'm saying, all the previous streams.
Oh, yo, you have a chatter in Kick.
What they saying?
You're not reading them? You're
Nah. Yo, what's good, Cyphers? Yo, tried streaming zero. It's all these other bulls. William Abraham. Will Abraham. Yo, what's good? What's goody? All right, bet. This show almost done, Brody.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm trying to be happy.
And as for Mike, someone had finally gotten close enough to control him. And now, he had him all to himself.
Only in America.
That was good.
Word. All right, y'all.
I think you should upload that John tomorrow.